Hello. Welcome back to daily fish and goat combo.
Hello.
We're playing Blue Devil in the Belvedere. I don't know what more to say.
You were told to keep it short, so I guess we just start.
Yeah, well, I guess we just started. Or you can like explain mechanics or something while I'm doing this.
Alright, so Blue Devil. Another one of these Chinese fan games, as we were talking about yesterday. Really good fan game. You're gonna see some fascinating, interesting dodging, like especially in the late game. Jordan has a lot of experience in this game. He also might have a couple LNBs at this point. Now the thing is, this game has a pretty different power mechanic, as you can see on the right side. You get power by collecting power items and these crystals that are dropping. Oh. Right, this is a 60 by 9 game, that's why. I guess you could play it in 4x9.
I could like change the like resolution to play it, but I like playing it in full screen with like
this game,
the extended boards on the sides.
No worries. In this game it doesn't matter that much, like in what ratio you're playing. For example, yesterday you were seeing me playing Voy. You can also play that in 16 by 9, and you would get the meter on the right side on the UI and not on the field, but it can be nice. Just a matter of preference.
I was wondering why you had it on why we had it on different places. I guess that's why then. Now I hyper ready. I won't hyper on the boss. I will just keep it since in this game, if you take a hit but you have max hyper, you will expend 2 bombs and then just hyper instead of losing a life. Which is also like a reason why this game is kind of easy to LNB and LN, I guess. Because you still use your bombs to not die. That's funny.
Yeah,
wait,
so we got cut off with the mechanics. So how it's working, like you got the power on the right side, but the thing is, once you add max power, which is essentially power rank 3, as you can see on the right side, you can activate a hyper. And like you would do this manually by pressing X, but as Tron already mentioned, you can also automatically get into the hyper by dying to something. Well, you won't die, but you will spend 2 bombs to auto hyper when the hyper is ready. And during that hyper, you will deal increased damage, but also everything else will be more dangerous. Like all the stages, all the boss patterns. Now this is also good for scoring because you will get like you will automatically POC anything and everything is more valuable. But we don't care about scoring right now. We only care about survival. So essentially, this like if you wanna root this for survival, you wanna know when to hyper and when not to, because that's kind of essential. Some patterns, most of the patterns are pretty manageable and learnable in their regular version, but the hyper version will make them a little scarier, and that can throw you off when you get a hyper or when you do a hyper in a at the wrong time.
Don't get hit here, otherwise I will have less, so I can't hype immediately after killing a fairy later on. Specifically this fairy.
Yeah,
because I'm relying on killing this.
Ouch. You can see on the right side, once you enter the hyper, like we got these 5 crystals on the right side. During a hyper, the last crystal will fill up while you're shooting and while you're collecting gems and items. Once the hyper ends, you will get power back depending on like how much is filled and how well you did during a hyper. If you get hit during a hyper, you actually get 2 hits as Marisa, you get 3 as Remu, and 2 as Zaklia. If you get hit during a hyper, you will essentially break a part of that crystal, so you will get less power back after the hyper. Which can be scary because sometimes you wanna get the hypers faster. Ah!
I mistimed this a bit.
Ooh.
We should still be fine. But now I don't have any power.
It's very fast aimed, and it's even faster when you hyper.
Yeah. Also, if you get like if max fill up one full, unless it's the last one, you get a screen clear.
Yeah, this is quite nice if you don't have enough power for the hyper straight up.
Lily.
Yeah, she gives you a bump. So here's also the thing, bombs are not only useful for the automatic hypers, but they will be useful on the very final patterns. But we're gonna come to that when it's time.
Like a voice secret thing. Where the more you have, like they are effectively your life. Well, you still have your normal life, but is if you don't want to, well, die. Do I hype in here? I mean, maybe I just save for mid-boss.
You already passed the mid-boss.
I mean, end boss. Since I don't want to enter non-1 with a hyper. Otherwise, that could be a bit funky. Especially if I lose it, like, in the middle of it.
Yeah, you can enter patterns with a hyper. And it will actually take some time for a pattern to adjust to if you are in a hyper or not. So essentially, you could hyper in a pattern and basically get like the easier version until it adjusts, or like you could also get the inverse of that, where your hyper runs out during a pattern and suddenly you have to deal with a much more dangerous pattern. So you gotta be wary of your timing.
This spell is just a route.
Now Artemina as a boss is fine. Hindrance can be a little bit scary. They are all pretty static though.
Yeah.
You don't
She's
really
a
want to
very
hyper
scary
here.
boss. Especially if you like playing blind. This spell is like kinda easy, just make sure you kill on the sides. If you don't kill on the sides, you can get it can be a bit scary. But if you do, then it's like impossible to actually lose this. Now I should be just stay in the middle and to die.
You get some power on items and stuff.
This one, I think I will do the funny because I don't like this. I will hyper here. Oh, I think I hyper perfectly to get a hyper wave. I got it once, but we could be fine.
Yeah, this is gonna be dangerous. This pattern, or her final pattern, is very stupid. You essentially get static knives and arrows. But I think they're kind of... Wait, no, the knives are static, the arrows are aimed, and the hearts are random or something. I'm not so sure anymore, but it's very silly.
I got like half a hyper, half normal wave there. It was a bit scary. I probably need to refine that hyper route a bit. And refine probably like hyper later so I don't die to the non before. I'm a bit low on hyper, but as I accidentally found out last year marathon, you can spin and you get and alive. So spinning her is valid.
You get your power by spinning. Wonderful. You even get an achievement for this.
Yeah. I'll hyper a bit late. There is a chance I will not fully fill up the meat on the right, which means that I won't have max power when it goes off.
So stage 3 is pretty fine. He said, and then suddenly you got kind of pinned to the side. It's a lot of aim things. You just gotta know your position a little bit.
Yeah, it's just route hyper a lot, and there's also big camps still. So like those enemies and those fairies look scary, but they will die before you have to do anything.
And you do get a lot of time to reposition yourself.
I don't have hyper here, but I can take this and yes. Yes, stream. This is like you stream like most of this. It's like this is the. If you die anywhere, it's probably right in the beginning. If you like manage your hyper strong.
Ah.
Not the best.
You can also kind of see the fairies got a lot of iframes going on when they spawn in, like the big fairies.
I have like this big fairy in the middle, and it will die.
That's
now
cool.
everything is blue for some reason.
Well, it is the blue devil.
I can't. But the blue devil has to wait a bit. I think my hypers may be. Oh, I think my hypers will be timed really well. Because this will die, and I won't be hyper into non-1, and I have
Nice.
full hyper, so I can take a hit. This is like best scenario. Usually, I have a hyper into the boss,
So we're getting into
which is
Olivia.
really bad.
She's. Meh, her non-spells can be really scary when hypered. Otherwise, they should be fine. Ooh.
Also, this spell right here is hell hypered. I have lost a lot of lives because I entered this hyper.
Yeah, so for example, you see those fireballs. These fireballs would be angled in a hyper. So you can't just go to the side like that.
Oh my god.
Ooh, yeah.
Too spicy. Aimed, this is aimed. Everything is aimed. If you're hyper, they will like do that higher up. But we are not hypered.
Then you have to macro a lot more here.
Not the time as well, because we're playing a shot that can't, that doesn't have aimed or homing. Which is every other shot. Marisa is the only one where you actually have to be under something. I'd say Sake is definitely the easiest shot. Like you do good damage and everything's aimed, so you don't have to route like anything at all.
Yeah, Sakura is basically like a buffed version of PCB Sakura A.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, Remo is also comfy with her 3 shields with each hyper, but Marisa is just also really strong. Which is nice.
I think like Rainbow took a little while for me to get the LNN on. Or the other. Well, the longest was Sakia because it was the first one. Then Marisa didn't take too long. And then I think Raim actually took a bit longer again, but
here's a funny gimmick. These spirits will shoot bullets aimed around you when you shoot them down, but they explode into bullets aimed at you. So you gotta be really careful when you shoot them. Like at the beginning you wanna sidestep and then like not shoot and then shoot. Yes.
that spell is hell. I usually don't cap it. Usually it's I take a hit or force into hyper, which to have both the same shit, just that one will cost a bomb. Well, 2 bombs. I'm probably not going to do a... Who knows, maybe I'll do a... someday a LNN without hypers. Wait here a bit, hyper. Get that. Back to everything being aimed towards you. I just use the iframes to like go through there, what the fuck.
Oh god. Yeah, so basically stage 4 is still a lot of aim stuff, but now we're getting to the advanced territory. Well, it's gonna be a little bit more complicated.
I don't want to take too many hits since otherwise it'll be a bit annoying.
Yeah,
I
so
can hyper after that. Also be really careful, like when you get, like, if you don't, not like, oh, I'll take this and then I will hyper, so you're not one off, because the hyper key is the same one as a bomb. So if you hyper when you don't have a hyper, you will just bomb.
Yeah, and the funny thing is bombing in this game is also not good, because it will also cost power. So you won't be able to hyper that that soon.
Wait, no, I'm fine. I thought I was not going to have a hyper into mid-boss. My route really kind of relies on it. Because I don't like this non. I like dodge like half it, then I hyper here. And then I will die before I have to do the second wave, and then I will do the spell, and the spell isn't really worse with hyper, it's like kind of the same.
Ah!
Didn't stop me from getting hit. Like, you shouldn't really take a hit here, even with a hyper, it's kind of easy. Maybe I should like stall it out. Like
the thing is also, we haven't mentioned, like, once you do a hyper, you're locked into the hyper until it runs out. Or you get hit twice. So, not only do you have to be careful with the timing, but like, you have to commit.
if I can like manage my route correctly, since I have a route where I have a hyper into the mid boss. Usually I don't want the boss. Usually I don't want a hyper into the boss, but I do want it for this stage.
Usually it's pretty easy to get your hyper back during the stages because you get a lot of screen clears that will turn bullets into power. But okay, yeah, that also depends just on if you get hit or not. And if you don't have enough power, then that's always kind of scary.
I'll actually wait on this kill a bit. The shield up one full there. I'll hyper here. I think this should be good timing.
Yeah, there's enough downtime before the boss appears, but
like, I want it to run out during the non. Like, I don't want it into the spell, otherwise I lose spell card bonus and I may get like a fucked up wave. So I don't want it to be too long, but I want it to be long enough where I actually do like half of it. With Le Chat. Wonderful.
Marguerite, it's a fun. She's a fun boss.
Like here, I have to like dodge basically, but it's dead, so I don't have to do shit. This one, stand still.
Yep.
It doesn't matter where you are, they will aim around you. So like a misdirect, then pick a gap, then you stand still here. It will always work.
Just gotta make sure that you adjust yourself to the bubbles.
Yeah. You don't want to be like right in the middle of work. I guess you can like find a gap as well if you have to move, but it's better if you don't have to do that in the beginning. This non can sometimes hit me, but I don't hyper for it because I want to save the hyper in case I get hit on any of the other attacks. Well, I guess I will have it through the entire timeout, since hypers don't go down in time during timeouts. Now we have this timeout.
Also, the witch is dead.
Yeah.
Yes, we
witch is dead. Long live the witch. Oh my god. This is usually not too bad. Oh my god.
He's dead and then he got hit.
I mean,
in theory, it's not too bad.
Usually.
It's still kind of scary dodging with all this crisscrossing going on.
This means I have to deal with Thunderclap. With the hyper.
Clap.
This is ass clap.
Yeah, so I think the thing that's changing here is just that there's way more bullets.
Yeah, and also the third laser goes to like 3 ways instead of like. Oh.
Actually, wait. Also the lasers are just way faster.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
The thunders.
I basically capped it hyper, but because it ran out, it didn't count as a cap.
Yeah, it's always annoying. But this is a very just dodge pattern. The stars are aimed and you can kind of safe spot in the middle, but with everything else going on, you just gotta be careful.
I almost got it. I don't want to pick it up, and now I want to pick it up. I'm 3 into stage 5. It should work, since I'll probably get the power before I have to do anything. But it may like fuck up the timings a bit, or will it? Just stream. I get the hyper there. Just going to use it. The hyper may actually be beneficial on how much it was delayed.
Ooh.
Okay, what the fuck? Sure.
Hitbox moment.
Yeah. Big losses are small. Restream or something.
Oh my. Okay. Sure. Uh-oh.
No, I actually died. That's bad.
Yeah, this this stage is especially bad. With like, of course, everything is aimed, but there's a lot of aim stuff. So you gotta be really careful with your positioning.
Yeah, I should have like gone the other way. Like that's very fortunate. And also what I talked about, I could like just tank another hit, but I didn't have the high. I was 1 away of getting the hyper, so I couldn't actually do that.
Here we got Kleine, and she's gone. Now we got Vicaropia.
I mean, guess if I win with more than two bombs, I guess it's an honorary LNB. Oh,
Oy.
Oh, I should have stalled that. Okay, I'll stall this out like a pretty decent chunk. This will mean I will have a hyper into non-1, but I may actually like get a cancel, so I don't really have to do shit. Unless I get hit like again here at the end. Yeah. It's a very unfortunate hit, I think. Yeah, 30%. It should be fine. Hopefully. Okay, I don't like this fast. Big gap, and I stand still. It times out. Is this a hyper normal wave? It's a normal wave.
Yeah,
nice.
this is a normal wave. The Carobias nuns are really scary in a hyper.
Yep.
Because they're insanely fast. They're manageable because you cannot do them all at the same time every time, but like, it's still scary. The same way, I mean.
Surprisingly, I haven't died to that spell yet. Go inside
it's a pretty straightforward spell. Ooh.
Aya moment. No, I got hit there. This hyper, I don't know how much that changes.
Should be fine. Like the kunai lanes are gonna be longer. Ow. But this pattern cancels a lot of its bullets, so it is mostly fine.
Actually, I don't want to slow this up. I want to like do a lot of damage here. I can also like
should be fine timing wise, yeah. This non creates lanes that you can go through, so it's not too bad.
Okay, time to do the funny route.
This pattern that everyone fails some way. The kunai are aimed, so you can do something like that. And then the whole pattern just repeats mirrored. Want to go a little bit like in the circle to clear out the other, like the purple kunai. It is a very blind killer pattern, but as you can see, it's very manageable.
Usually you do it in the other way, but because Marisa don't have aimed or homing, you kind of have to do it in a different way.
Yeah, you could go a little bit higher and then just scream the yellow kunai, but then you would basically just time out the pattern.
Okay.
Final time.
Go up there, then I will hyper. I think I maybe hyper a bit early.
A little bit, maybe.
It's better to be too early than too late, because too late means I don't have any resources into the final stage, which is really bad. But too early just means that I can't cap the pattern because I cancel it.
This pattern is also a little bit overwhelming. That's fine.
That was perfectly timed.
Nice.
Cool. Technically, I don't really need the hyperderm. Like, the spell is doable enough, I can do it on my own, but I still rely a bit on the safety of the hyper. That was a long freeze.
Never worry about it.
So here, I'm not going to hyper immediately, I'm going to wait a little bit. But yeah, this spam is annoying, that's why I really want to have like max into this so I can use a hyper. Didn't take a single hit, that's nice, that means I can take a hit twice on Kleine.
Oh,
Gee.
Speaking of.
Nice. Prefer don't want to take hits at all, because I want to start high up here. Like just move down. Then it's like going to time out. And then I can just move up again. Oh, this would be... I have to be fast. Here one, just be like kind of low, and then there should be like a gap up here. These ones... Marisa is pretty good at this, because she kills it so fast. You don't... Other characters have to like dodge a little bit.
You get massive cancels.
I'll do that. I have hyper into Sonya. Should I try to do it without hypers or not? I'm going to see how the waves look. If they look easy enough, I can just do it without hypers. If not, I go into hyper.
So, final boss time. Sonya is very intimidating. Her nuns... something have to be rooted. As you can see, you can get walled really easily doing them. If you don't know what they're doing. Oh my, first
be a bit
spell.
offset.
Yeah, missed like that.
That was not actually the right gap, I don't think. Yeah, this is the right
You
gap.
still can make it work. Like the whole pattern is kind of static. Except for maybe the red stars.
This one go up here. Then there should be like a gap here. We can dash there and then dash back.
Yeah, so the lasers are aimed. So you can also plan this ahead.
It is funny thing about this spell. Which way you have to go will change side depending if it's hyper or not. So you have to go to the left, but if it's hyper, you have to go to the left and then the right. Or no, to the right and then left.
And now you got to spin.
Now I go to the right. This spell looks really intimidating. It's not as bad as it looks.
Yeah, you can see it's static, except for the spam at the end.
Okay, this non 100 of times. Stay
More
here,
balls.
wait till I'm like misdirect a bit. That could be over. Oh my, I got hit there.
Oh, how is this hit gonna affect the next two patterns?
If I don't get hit again, it shouldn't affect it at all. It depends on how I get hit by, if I get hit on Kleine or not.
Okay, so yeah, this is some Kleine. This is like the easiest pattern in this fight, I would say. Well, except for the first one, maybe.
Yeah, and then I'll just hyper this because it's a timeout, so now I can just take tank free hits freely. Reason why I don't save it is because first, this spell is a bit annoying at times, and second, after this we won't really use the hyper mechanic anymore because we'll be permanently hypered.
Yeah.
If we can have 0 power into the final section, it won't matter since we just refresh it.
So as you can see how the spell works, you can delete the blue spirits by severing the lines that they're connected with. You gotta be fast with that. When the time runs out, the lines will turn to lasers and everything will explode. You can also shoot them down, but they will fire revenge bullets.
You also fire like more revenge bullets the more you have killed. So if you only kill like 2 of them, it won't be much at all. But if you kill like a big chunk of them, then they will just progressively shoot more and more bullets.
Yeah,
and it's only 1 hit. That would have been a cap. But okay, it's every day. We don't have power rank, but we will just max it out immediately.
Alright, final time. Or like
on the ordinary round,
yeah.
I can tank 3 hits right now because usually you take 2 hits, but during this mode, every hit is 1 bomb.
Yeah, and when you don't have any bombs, you will lose a life. So, new mechanic during this, collecting these gems will also delete bullets around you. Which is important here because there's also a giant red laser that's coming for you.
Oh my god.
Ah!
That was unfortunate. It's just stay in the middle, and sometimes you have to go like a bit out of the way to like grab a gem.
Yeah, the bullets aren't even...
And know like when you want to stall and when to go hit. Also, this can be a bit funny. If you cancel, then cancel when there's nothing. It won't actually like count as a cancel. It will come back faster.
Oh, wait,
okay, this nun is like the worst attack in this entire game.
Yep. So the kunai are static, but as you can see, you have to be really precise, and it's only getting worse up to the 4th wave.
Oh, I got hit there. Well, I guess I'm forced to do the 4th wave.
I mean, you still got a hit left.
Not really.
Oh, nice. Oh, damn it.
Well, force to cap final. Let's go. I love this final, but it can be a bit hard sometimes. Especially in the second phase, like right in the end. It's really just DR, but even more random bullshit go.
So yeah, this pattern has 2 phases. The first one is this random bullshit. You gotta be careful because there are walls coming up, and you gotta use the gems to delete those walls.
The music sync. The game will always force a music sync.
I mean, this whole like finale part is just cinema. So second part, Devil's Recitation, but more bullets.
Your star.
To be fair, it is a little bit simpler because you only get like bullets from the center.
Oh.
But yeah, you can see how much stuff there is. It's really easy to just die here. Alright. Looks good.
And it's like
nice.
So even if I took a hit earlier, it would still have been a 1 miss. But hey, 1 miss LNB. Not bad.
Nice job. Oh, we didn't get to hear the last part of the song.
Marisa's time is a bit too good, so it doesn't sing properly. In a wheelchair. And then peak.
Getting anything with vocals.
You've heard of ending things before, but have you heard with vocals?
But I think we have to cut it short. It's 9 PM already. We are about to have TRS. Sadly. So, well, sadly that we won't be able to hear the song.
Guess we can like do our like outros or something during this song. Or what if it's... Why is it even to like saying that? Hello, George. Well, I'm really bad when it comes to final words.
Well, I would say, if you haven't checked this game out yet, I can definitely recommend this. Although I guess it's on Steam. You can find it there.
Yeah,
a really amazing fan game.
Like one of my favorite fan games. Either that or ASL. I think Blue Devil is probably more within it. Like Blue Devil is a really good game. Also not too hard. So it's like just kind of easy sometimes if it's good or not, depends. Well, I
Just
guess you
as
could
a-
make it
that's not
harder
okay.
by just no hypering.
Yeah, but if like the hyper is really great in this game. All right, so I guess we're gonna get to TRS, so it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah. Well, goodbye everyone. See you on TRS.